This is the tale of a little car, the smallest car that I've driven in a while. A car so small that I can actually obscure it with my body. See? Alright, it's just a matter of perspective. But everything is relative, and this is a relatively small car. Let me show you. If you lie down next to it, it's a big car. However, if you park it next to a London bus, it's definitely a small car. I've been driving this car around now for about a week, in cities, in the countryside, on dual carriageways and on motorways, and it's lots of fun. In some ways it reminds me of a car I knew a long time ago. My mate Vince had one. It was called Chip. It was a Volkswagen Golf GTI, and this is a bit like that car in that it's willing, it's thrashable, and it's short. But actually, how short is it? I did some comparisons. This car is only 140 millimeters shorter than the original Golf, and the wheelbase is 20 millimeters longer than the original Golf. So is this really a small car or a compact car? It says something about our expectations of cars these days, that cars that we considered to be compact in the 70s are considered short now. Cars are getting bigger, aren't they? I'm going to do some punning for you, I'm sorry about this. Could this be the sweetest Škoda yet? It's fabbier than any other Škoda in the range. It's not rapid, but it's not as slow as the sat-nav, which always feels as if it's about 3 taps behind me. Oh, they don't call it a sat-nav. It's made by Garmin. I like Garmin stuff. They're my sat-nav people of choice. But look, it pops out. They call it a PID, a personal infotainment device. And if you speak Welsh, you'll see why this is funny. Right? I just popped the PID in. You might have to look that up in a Welsh dictionary. No, this car isn't as slow as the sat-nav, but it is thrifty. It will give you, well, I've been getting 40 miles per gallon thrashing it on some country roads. If you drove it with moderate speed, you'd certainly get 50, and the quoted 60 miles per gallon I definitely reckon is possible. Now this car, even though it's not ultimately quick, is pretty handy because of its lightweight and nice 15-inch alloys. It's quick round corners. It just isn't terribly quick in a straight line. Talking about straight lines, I really like the geometric purity of this car. Zog always says that it's much easier to design a big, powerful car and make it look impressive than it is to do something impressive with a small, low-powered design. And using the kind of straight lines that you saw in the Mark I Renault Twingo, that was a cool car, that maximises the amount of space available. So inside, it really doesn't feel like a small car. Plus, no overhangs. So this wasn't the tale of a little car at all, just a car smaller than you think you need. It's that whole thing about managing your expectations. What you want and what you need are often very different things. This car might be good enough to be really good, and sometimes a little is enough.